So we've been working on the basic rights, right? The 4 basic rights, which are back here at our wall. What's the first one?
Basic survival needs.
Which includes water, shelter,
Fresh food.
right? What about health and, oops, I said the next one. What's our next basic right?
Oh, health and safety.
Health and safety,
I know health
which
and safety.
is healthy life,
Lunch,
right?
lunch ladies.
And then a safe place, a safe environment to live in, right?
Yes.
Then our next one is
Education.
every child has the right to education. Girls, let's go. Every child has the right to play, right? Next right.
Participate in expression.
Every child, regardless of what you look like, your age, whatever, has the right to participate, right? You also have the right to express yourself, Renato, and to say what you want to say, right?
Yes.
So we're continuing to talk about these people who believe in these rights, and we call them advocates, right?
Right?
They're called advocates. What's an advocate?
Oh.
Asia. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you
Speak
guys.
it up.
Speak up, babe.
An advocate is something
And when you advocate for something, you're absolutely correct. It's something you believe in, okay? As an advocate, you might stand up for somebody, right? Give me an example of an advocate. A famous one. Martin Luther King Jr. Give me another one.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. Give me another one. Rosa Parks. Give me another one. Cesar Chavez, which we're going to talk about him today. Hands go down. Yes, our focus question for today, though, that we're really going to focus on when we're looking at those advocates, Dominic, is how have people of the past influenced our rights today? How have they changed the way things happen in our world today? Because we've talked a lot about how it wasn't always a certain way and things have changed. Think back to Ruby Bridges, right? When she went to school, children who were African American couldn't go to school with children who were what we call white. Okay? Is that how it is today?
No.
No, look around you. We've got people of every color under the rainbow, and it's great, right? So she influenced how things were done, correct?
Correct.
Let's go, please. So here's Mary Mcleod Bethune. We read about her yesterday. Tell me some things that you remember about Mary Mcleod Bethune. Talk to me, Andrew.
What I know about Mary Mcleod Bethune is that she teaches the African Americans how to read and write.
Okay. Ooh. Taught. Can we be more specific? African American. I was thinking girls, because wasn't it an all girls?
Yeah.
So let's put taught African American girls. Can we just say she taught? What did she do?
She taught
Dominic, what did she do?
She taught kids how to read and write.
Okay. Where did she teach them? Where? Someone help Dominic.
Ooh.
Talk to me, Isaiah.
At an African American all girls school.
School. What did he just say, Dominic?
At an African American girls school.
Give me a complete sentence.
Isaiah said that she taught at an African American girls school.
Yeah. Were there schools for African American
Yes.
girls before?
Yes.
No, there were no schools before, right? So what did she do, Frankie?
She
What'd she do?
was
Isaiah, help her out.
she taught African American girls.
You guys aren't listening to my question. Where did she teach them? What is she known for?
She teaches them in
She taught them.
she taught them in her school that
Right, and my question was,
in a
say it, I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
school that she built.
The school that she built. So she built
She built a school.
a school, right?
I gotta.
What else is she known for?
I know.
Felipe,
she known for like when she taught the kids, she liked to taught the kids for what's work, let the kids work.
Okay. She let the kids work. Anyone want to add on to that, Janaea?
I would like to add on that to Felipe that she taught African American girls to cook, read, and write, and then when Mary picked up the book, a girl said, "Put that down. You don't know how to read."
Okay, you're kind of skipping around. So you're right. She taught them to read,
Write, reading, and spelling.
write, and there was something else. Cook. And we talked about how women back in the day, they had a lot of duties in the house, cooking and cleaning and sewing, which I think sewing was one of them too. Right? So she taught them to read, write, and cook. And I'm not sure about sew. I'd have to make sure on that one.
I know
Okay?
she was.
So then I want you to think about something. With this, I want you to turn and talk. And think first before you turn and talk. How did Mary Mcleod Bethune influence our rights today? How did she begin to change the way things were? Because this is back, she was born in 1875. Now we're in 2012. But something had to change. How did she start that change? And what right is she trying to change? Or make that everyone gets this right? Turn and talk. Think for a second. Here's your question. How did Mary Mcleod Bethune influence our rights today? Turn and talk. Okay, so we were starting to talk about it over here. We're not quite there yet. Abdul, how did Mary Mcleod Bethune influence our rights today?
She built her own school that African American girls can go to.
Yeah. Why did she build that school?
So the African American girls can get a better education.
Did they have an education before?
No.
Yeah.
So she built it so that they could have an education, right?
But they.
So you're right. While you guys were both talking about how African Americans and white students can go to school together, right? The reason why that happened is because she started a school. She said, hey, wait a second. This isn't fair. Every student, whether they're black, white, purple, green, they should all be able to go together. And she provided them with a school to make it fair because she believed as an advocate that every child deserves the right to an education, to learn, which is the same thing. Okay? So today what we're going to do, and that was a big, long review process, because there was a lot of information about her. But today our intended learning is students will be able to identify, talk, and write about human rights advocates by writing letters, articles, and completing Venn diagrams. So we've talked about Mary Bethune. Now we're going to talk about Cesar Chavez. Cesar was a Hispanic man who helped make migrant farm workers' lives easier. Okay, so here's a couple pictures of him. Here he is expressing it, right? Mary Bethune was an advocate for education. He is an advocate for safety. Okay? And we're going to read about it. First thing, though, let's go to Google Earth. Here's our United States, right? Okay, we're going to go fly to California. This is where all of this happened. So here's Colorado, right around here, and here's California. This is the state of California.
Can we see
Okay?
those?
So now, let's talk about Cesar Chavez. And we're going to read about him, so I want you to give me stars. Let's change the input bit set, please. Okay, Cesar Chavez, working on the farm. When he was a young boy, Cesar Chavez lived on a farm near a small village in Arizona. When Cesar was only 10, his family lost their farm. Cesar's parents became migrant workers. Migrant workers move from place to place. Often, they work in fields picking crops. Okay? And I'm making a lot of connections as I'm reading. It's important to make connections even in nonfiction text, right? Growing up. As he grew up, Chavez saw how hard life was for migrant workers. His own family worked in the fields for very low pay. And sometimes the growers did not pay the workers. Can you imagine working all day long and not receiving pay for it?
No, I like to work.
Yeah, you took all your time and your energy and you didn't get paid for it. Other times, the growers treated the workers unfairly. The Chavez family was hired to pick cherries. The grower said he would pay 2 cents per pound. The family began to work. Then the grower decided to only pay 1 cent per pound. Can you imagine that? They're losing money. He was like, yeah, I changed my mind. But no one was there to say, hey, that's not fair.
So
Right?
Chavez did that. He's the one that said, no. They have to get paid, and they work their butt off for all of this, and they don't get paid.
Okay, and what do we call that?
Advocate.
Advocate. He became an
Advocate.
advocate. Okay, next page. Oh, wait, we have a couple of things. There's a solve this, and it says it's a fact. When they had jobs, migrant workers could live where they worked, but conditions were bad suddenly. Some places had no bathrooms. Some had no running water. Some had no electricity.
Oh, that's
Think
kind
about
of
every single day where there's nowhere for you to go to the bathrooms. There's no water. There's no electricity. Okay? Farm workers unite. Okay, I know that looks like a prefix, but it's unite. It's a little bit different. I did? What did I forget?
You forgot that unsolved this.
We'll go back to that, okay? It's like a math problem. Chavez decided to bring farm workers together. Good set, continue. As a team,
they would fight for higher pay and a better life.
Chavez,
began
by talking.
with farmer workers about being paid more for their work, but he also talked to them about how they were treated. The Great Strike. Over time, the workers formed a
Union.
union. A union is a group of workers who join together for a goal. Often, unions go on a strike to work for their goals, which Chavez as their leader. The farm workers went on a strike.
Jade.
They
Read for us.
would not pay. They would go back to work only if they got better pay. The strikers also